still see upcoming artists have no merchandise, have nothing to sell at their shows. That still surprises me. If anyone wants to speak about successful things you've done with merchandising, whether it's clothing or what items have you done merchandising-wise, and what has worked and why?
Merchandising is always like, I know it's tough. I feel I've conflicted about it. I've got like a lower backache from carrying the stupid bin in all the time. Nobody has any place to sit because our van is full of boxes of shit. So, that said, I think that merchandising becomes increasingly important, particularly as we understand that music is maybe a monetizable commodity for only a little while longer. Like, I know that appeal that I'm making to the consciences of my peers isn't gonna work with a 14-year-old who's never understood that music is something that money has to do with. I get free tap water here and I get rap. Those are my rights as a citizen, I would say for the kind of merchandising that we found to be successful and unsuccessful is non-sized accessories are awesome. So if you can get like a snapback, or if you can get a pin or a bandana, the nice thing about that is you don't have to roll around with ladies mediums, ladies smalls, large mediums, double to triple X's for that one cat in Atlanta who's like, I thought you were triple X's. Here he is, shit! No. Teasing, totally teasing. Oh my god, I'm so show right now. But that kind of stuff that's like portable, that doesn't melt when the van is left in the sun in the parking spot, and that has a halfway decent rate of return on it, I think is awesome. Like, I don't know if we've done a beautiful job of really investigating that corner as much as we should. And I'd like to figure out better ways to make sure that it's all manufactured here, which is hard on hats, at least it has been for me and Laserbeak, who runs a lot of that stuff for Doomtree. But that helps. I wrote a book, and it kind of is it's not like, hey, if you're looking at merchandise, write a fucking book. Be a writer or something, first. But that's exciting because that's the first art piece that I've made that people can't download. I've decided to stay off Kindle, and if you want the book, come buy the book, man. It's $10. So for us, small, non-melty, non-temperature sensitive, and halfway decent returns has been really, really the direction I think we'd like to move in.
Yeah, just to hop on what Dessa said, everything she said is 100%. Merch is so important, and I think you really realize that when you go on the road. If you're up and comer or whatever, and you've never been on the road, you may not know what that experience is like. Once you get on the road the first time, you really see it. I remember going on tour with Ghostface and then going on tour with Raekwon, and the merch game was just so serious. You're literally just blowing out of everything, because that's another realm where, just to harp back on the first topic, at that moment, downloads don't matter, because people are in the crowd, they're excited, they just saw you rock for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever it is. As soon as you hit that merch table, they want you to sign something, so they'll run over there, grab a shirt, grab a CD, and that's when you gotta become a businessman. I've taught people, and they're like, yeah, you need another one for your girl, and like, yeah, yeah, let me get those, let me get 2 of those, let me get 1 of those, and let me get 2 shirts too. Before you knew it, they done blew $100, and they happy, and you happy, and everybody's happy, So merch is extremely important, and the non-sizing thing, like Dessa said, is huge. Snapbacks over fitteds all day, and I'm the fitted king, but snapbacks all day, just because you don't have to worry about from 7 to 8 and everything in between, 7 1/4, 7 1/2, just as many people as you can get money from, because merch is about the business side, so you want something that people feel like they're that attached to it and they're that into it, and the music meant that much to them that they want something that reflects that, even if they don't press play, i.e. a t-shirt, a hat, a button, whatever it is, they want to still represent it even when they're not pressing play on their iPod or whatever. And I think a perfect example of that, man, I was kind of blown away from it when it started, was a good friend of mine, my man Mac Miller. Like, when I saw his merch situation and his merch site, I was blown. I was like, this kid is selling everything but the kitchen sink, like, and he's winning, So the merch game is extremely important. I think one of the things you said with, as far as up-and-comers not having a lot of merch, I think, I don't know if it reflects on the up-and-comers not being, not really knowing what it is as far as merch. I think it's more so not being able to afford it. You know, the one thing about merch is that you gotta front it yourself if you're not on a label. So you gotta buy however many t-shirts, you gotta buy however many posters, and if you got a regular job or you outside on the block, whatever it may be, that's still an expense that you have to incur. So I don't really fault up-and-comers per se for not having merch. I fault them if I know they could have and don't, you know what I mean? But as an up-and-comer, like, I know your struggle, you know what I mean? Because I was there. Like, I know what it's like to buy 5,000 CDs when you shouldn't really be buying 5,000 CDs, but you bought them anyway, and you in the living room, and your mother wakes up at 5:30 in the morning to get ready for work, and she's like, "Yeah, you still up?" And I'm up putting cases and covers and CDs together. Like, I lived that life for years before I got to where I'm at. So, you know, the merch game is tough, but it's definitely lucrative, and if you can get over that hump, definitely do it.